Hey everybody, Kyle with Mad Dad Records here. I had a crazy busy week driving around picking up collections, and I wanted to talk about two collections in particular that are opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of price, quantity, and newer reissues versus older pressings. When I say modern, I mean in the past 20 years. When I was pulling up into the driveway, I got super concerned. Yard sale signs up in the yard. There were yard sale signs dug into the grass, people walking around, and I was certain that these records were picked through. She said she would hold them for me. Luckily, when I got there, she had them hidden under a table, and I was able to go through them and pick them up, no problem. So the first collection I picked up was an hour-and-a-half drive. It was the larger and pricier collection of the two. Had a bunch of 60s and 70s records, 2 tubs worth. Stuff like the Velvet Underground's Loaded. This was cool. DJ promo of Velvet Underground. Live at Max's Kansas City, Velvet Underground. Really clean. I believe this is a first pressing. I have to double check. Doors, self-titled. And I've never had a copy of this, and this one's really nice. Cover shows a little wear, but the record's clean. Astral Weeks, Van Morrison. Great stuff, a lot of good stuff like that. The lady who I bought these from, she said that she saw Zappa in, I think, 66 or 67 in Miami. She was really cool. Here's Ruben and the Jets, the Mothers of Invention with the little hype sticker there. And we have the Notorious Birds, Mono 2i, Fifth Dimension, 2i Stereo, Turn, Turn, Turn. Also a 2i mono. Alice Coltrane. Never had a copy of this. Jack Johnson by Miles Davis. This is cool. His Best. Not for sale promo. B.B. King. A few other highlights from this collection. Got Peter Green era Fleetwood Mac. 2i mono of Bob Dylan's Blonde on Blonde. First State gatefold. Later pressings do not have this photo in there. I had a copy of this a few years ago, sold it, and haven't found one until this week. Then we have a really nice Highway 61 Revisited 2i Stereo and some Grateful Dead. This one here, and this, stoked to have found this. This is a white label promo with a sticker. I've found many copies of this, but it's just always beat up, thrashed, and this is a very clean promo copy. Just a great batch of records in that larger collection. She also told me that she had a copy of the Velvet Underground self-titled, the banana cover, but she couldn't find it. I'm wondering if she sold it years ago or maybe holding on to that one. So it was just a really awesome collection. 2 tubs full of 60s and 70s gold. And to my surprise, there were a couple punk records, London Calling and Sandinista by The Clash with the poster. A little bit of blues, the best of Lightning Hopkins. So this second collection that I picked up, the smaller but cheaper, much cheaper batch of records. It's about 40 to 50 records. He told me sold as is. I don't know if there's warps or if they're broken or whatever. So I just bought them super cheap. I'm glad I did. They're all really clean, all in great shape. So like I said, it's all mostly modern reissues, modern being stuff from 2000 and up until now. A couple highlights, this box set here, Led Zeppelin Mothership. Little run of Sabbath, you got Paranoid, Masters of Reality, and self-titled horror soundtracks. Original motion picture soundtrack of, what movie is this? House by the Cemetery on red wax. There's a couple posters. The Beyond. Some sealed Childish Gambino. Death, Leprosy picture disc. I think around 2014. A run of Ghost Records. One's on red wax as well. Yeah, just some really nice reissues. The Cure, Merciful Fate, King Diamond, Abigail, Death, Spiritual Healing. Here's another horror soundtrack, Death, Waltz Recording. Can't Forget, 9 Inch Nails, Downward Spiral, Pretty Hate Machine, and some Joy Division, Unknown Pleasures, 2007 reissue. The Smiths, and this one I gotta look up. This is cool. This is Dark Side of the Moon, obviously, with an airplay use only on the label. Yeah, in that smaller batch of records, there were a couple older copies of some records, and wait till you see these. Slayer, Rain in Blood, and Hell Awaits in there. You know, they're beaters, player copies, but really cool. Not that beat, actually. VG copies. And this one was cool to find in the shrink with the hype sticker, changes, one. Bowie. Alright guys, so that's it. That was this week's finds. Let me know in the comments, are you still spending a lot of money on records? Are you waiting for deals? Or are you doing a mixture of both like me? I appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that subscribe button, like and comment. It lets me know that you enjoy the videos I'm making. And I do sell records on Whatnot. A lot of these will end up on Whatnot. I do auctions once or twice a week, usually Friday and Saturday nights. There's a link in the description for anyone who hasn't signed up for Whatnot. You can click that and get a $15 credit you can use in my store or anywhere else on Whatnot. I appreciate everybody hanging out. Arriba Dirt Knees.